Okay, so we are going to start our new course today, and our new course is dealing with parallel lines. Okay.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, parallel lines, they have a very specific definition. Parallel lines are lines that they always stay the same distance apart. So that means that they're never, ever going to touch each other. So like this line here is parallel to this line here because this distance between these two lines is always the same. That distance never changes. Okay. Yeah, Tando, how can I help?
Ma'am, how are you, ma'am?
I'm well, thanks, and yourself?
Ma'am, I was asking, ma'am, must we write down these notes, ma'am?
You don't have to, sweetheart. You can always watch this video again because you won't have time to write everything down in this lesson, but you also can take a screenshot or you can take a photo of it, or you can rewatch this video afterwards and take notes if you'd like to. Any one of those options.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. But what I do recommend you do is when we do a question, definitely write down your answers to that. So you can start learning. Okay. So those two lines would be parallel because of their distance. And then we've also got these two lines over here. Let's do it in a different color. So these two lines would also be parallel because they're also a distance that is the same from each other. Okay. And we use the special thing to show that things are parallel by using little arrows. So I would draw two little arrows like that. You can also just draw one arrow, and those arrows are the meanings for parallel. Okay. And if I wanted to write a sentence about that, then I would say it's written up here. So AB is parallel. Those two little lines there, they mean parallel. Okay. And so if I wanted to show these ones over here, again, I could just show with two little arrows like that. And it's because those two lines are parallel to each other. Yolanda, I think Wandile is having audio issues because I don't see a mic. Do you mind helping with that?
Okay, Wandile, I'm on the rescue.
Okay, so this is just so that we understand what parallel lines are. Okay, so parallel lines does not mean that they are the same length as each other. So for example, that line and that line, they can be parallel, but they do not have to be the same length. Parallel does not mean that they are the same length. Parallel just means that they are an equal distance apart for all time. They're never, ever going to touch. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about parallel lines that you feel uncertain about before we move down? Okay. Cool. Princess, yes. How can I help?
Ma'am, I want to ask, ma'am, working with parallel lines, is it harder? Is it hard? Difficult? Sorry.
It's the same. So it's just another rule that we're going to learn about now. So it might feel like, I think the first 3 lessons of this are going to feel really nice and easy. And then I think when we start combining everything together, it might feel a bit trickier again, but it just takes practice.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Okay, when one is tilted. Oh, Sivo, I don't know which one. I don't know what you're meaning. Like, are you meaning like that? Like if they're perpendicular? Is that what you're meaning by tilted? Or are you just meaning like if I have 2 lines like that? Because then it's just an angle. Then we wouldn't have a special name for it. So, oh, you mean up here, like if those lines are tilted. So like if they're written like that, is that maybe what you are meaning? But it might be easier for you. Oh, okay, yeah, those lines can definitely be tilted. It means the same thing. As long as there are 2 lines next to each other, then it's just that they're parallel. Okay. Okay, so the first rule that we are going to learn about today for this course is corresponding angles. So corresponding angles, when we learn parallel line geometry, they are fun. Okay, so we have F and we have U and we have N. That's our parallel line. Those are our parallel lines and those are our parallel lines. And the first rule that we are learning is this F. Okay, so the F in fun, that is corresponding angle. Exactly, we're using fun angle and it is corresponding. Okay, so corresponding, can anyone sort of tell me? Yeah, some people use the Z for alternates, and some people also say fun X for vert up. Different schools do different things. Nomaza, I'm glad that you understood the rules that we did together, and don't worry, we'll get through them all in the end. Yeah, so Sunday, some people, it's different schools do different things. It's not like a set one. So different people for different things. So don't panic. As long as you know your rules, that's all that matters. Can anyone tell me though what corresponding means? Like what the word actually means? What does it mean for things to be corresponding?
My pebs on the chat. Teachers,
Oh, here we go, Madal.
Yeah.
Madal, can you tell me what corresponding means? You just got to unmute yourself, sweetheart. There we go. Hello? Oh no, Madal, we're having a sound issue again.
Oh,
We can't hear you. I think it means that I think it's your headphones again. I think that's what's going on there. I'm going to move on to Tabang though. I'm so sorry, but we will try again with you later. Tabang, can you tell me?
Yes, ma'am. Corresponding angles are angles in matching corners and are equal. And always look out for the F shape.
Good, exactly. You said everything that I
Good.
could possibly hopeful, Tabang. Well done. Okay. The corresponding means that they are in the exact same position. Okay. So I'm just going to write that over here. They're in the same position. And when we're dealing with corresponding angles are equal to each other. Okay. So Philistania, we haven't done anything for you to not understand yet. So don't panic. We're just talking at the moment. So if we have a look here, okay, these are our parallel lines. There are our parallel lines. So we've got lots of different, we've got like, I could do an F like that, for example. I could do an F like that. I could do an F like that. As long as the two lines of my F are the parallel lines, then I can do an F in all kinds of different ways over here. So let's have a look. Let's look at this first one over here, okay? Our most obvious F. In that case, our corresponding angle would be X and C. Just see how they're in exactly the same position as each other. They are both just under the line, okay? So those two would be corresponding, which means that they would be equal to each other. If we had a look at, for example, let's look at this F over there, okay? In that case, then we could say that Z and A are equal to each other. Can you guys give me some others? Yeah, a Sunday, exactly, great, perfect. B and W are equal to each other. One more set. Yeah, there we go. Y and D, nice. These two would also be equal to each other. Okay, so as long as they're in the same position as each other, then we can say that they are corresponding. And if they're corresponding, then they are equal to each other. All right. So when we use this rule, hold on, let me just give you a moment. If you want to take a screenshot, you can.
It's your time to shine. Sign my pebs screenshot. You guys are doing well though. I'm so proud of you.
Yes, Giovanni, exactly. You will not be the same, but together they would be 180. Yeah, Sando, how can I help?
Ma'am, can I ask, ma'am? Ma'am, what's the difference, ma'am, between opposite sides are equal and opposite sides are parallel, ma'am?
Okay, so if sides are parallel, then they look like this. So they're never ever going to touch. They're just going to be two lines that are going to be parallel. And we're going to know they're parallel because we're going to see this little arrow. The little arrow tells us that they are parallel. If we're talking about lines, opposite lines that are equal, okay, those single lines, just a single line, that's telling us that this line here is the same length as that line there. So it's talking about length. It's not talking about like parallelness. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now I understand. Thank you, ma'am.
No problem. Okay, yes, exactly. So then the N is just it's alternative, and you could use the Z. Some people use Z. Okay, so this is just looking at exactly what we've just said. Okay, so here are parallel lines. So we've got AB and we've got CD, and we know that they are parallel because we've got these little arrows there to tell us. And because they are parallel, we can say that this angle is equal to that angle because they are corresponding. All right. In the second one, this line here, so AB is parallel to CD. So there's my F shape. Okay. And so I can see that this one is equal to this one because they are corresponding. Yeah, don't worry, we're going to get to the harder ones. We're just learning the rule at the beginning. Okay. Now, the way that we write this reason is we say corresponding angle. So that cors is short for corresponding, and then that's saying angle. And then we have to say which lines are parallel to each other. If we don't say which lines are parallel to each other, we're going to be in trouble. Okay. So we say cors, angles. Some schools like corresponding angles are equal, and then they say which two lines are parallel. So do whichever one your teacher wants you to do. Okay. Sometimes we're given a question where they don't give us the letters. So imagine here they didn't give us the A and the B, and they didn't give us the C and the D. Then we would just say corresponding angle, and we would just say parallel lines. So we just wouldn't give the letters. But if the letters are given, we have to. Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's try and put this into practice. I'm going to do the first one with you. You're going to see how nice and easy it is, and then you're going to be 100% fine. Is A and C corresponding? Yes, yes. This one and this one are corresponding, and this one and this one are corresponding. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, Asande, how can I help?
Hi, ma'am. In a team, will you get it wrong if you mixed the letters? Like there it says AB is parallel to CD, and you said BA is parallel to DC.
No, that's fine. But if you had said, like, let's say you said FA is parallel to AB, okay, because then you're talking about this line. So you were talking about the wrong line, then they wouldn't give you the mark.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Tatenda, can I help?
Yes, ma'am. I've noticed that every time we give a statement here in class, we write it in words. But in my class, every time we have to give a statement, we have to write it in numbers and equations.
So whenever you do anything with geometry, you always write a statement, which is in numbers, which is an equation, and then you write a reason. So they always have to be both. There has to be the statement and the reason. We need both in geometry.
Yes, ma'am. I'm saying, yes, we do write the reason. In my class, we write the reason. How we write the reason here, it's the same.
Okay.
But the statement here, we write it in words. But in class, we have to write it in numbers. You can't write it in words. Can I ask why is that?
No, we always write our statements in numbers as well. We haven't written a statement yet. This is just a statement to explain what's going on. We haven't written a statement in an equation here yet. We always normally use with numbers.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
We'll do more example, guys. Teacher Jan won't let you go without doing many examples.
Okay, so this is like a nice, easy example for us to just start seeing what we're going into. Okay, so if we have a look here, firstly, we've got this parallel line and we've got this parallel line. Okay, and I always find if you have a highlighter, try and highlight them because it will always make sure that when you write your reason, you're going to get the right lines that you're going to put in your parallel line. Okay, and then if we have a look, if we join that, you can see you've got an F shape. Okay, if it was stressing you out that you had this long F, you can also make it shorter and to see that you've got an F, but I always like to highlight the long line. But for the moment, I'll give you an F while we're learning. Okay, so when we're writing this, we can say, okay, cool, because AB is parallel to FG, that means that this angle here is going to be equal to that angle there. So I can jump straight in and I can say X is equal to 110 degrees. And then I'm going to give my reason. So I'm going to say corresponding angles, and then you can say equals, but you don't have to say equals. But the most important thing you have to say is which lines are parallel. So now I'm going to say because AB is parallel to FG. And the reason this is so important is because corresponding angles are only equal if the lines are parallel. And so we're saying we know that these are equal because we know that those lines are parallel. That's what that reason is basically saying. And it's as easy as that. Does anyone have any questions before I move on to a slightly harder one? It's barely harder, but slightly harder. Yeah, Alexa, how can I help?
We have to write AB is parallel to FG. Does the two lines have to be straight, or they can be a bit skewed?
No, you can have a bit of a curve to it. That's fine, as long as they know. So, like, if you're writing yours like this, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. So this one I want you to try by yourself, because this one is exactly the same as what we've just done. So everyone give us a go. See if you can find your parallel lines. Kira's ready because we told her she was going to answer all of them today. Kira, what is my answer for this question here?
Hello, ma'am. X
Hi.
equals 76. Corresponding angles equals CD and EF.
CD and EF.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, lovely. So corresponding angles are equal when CD is parallel to EF.
Well
Okay.
done, Kiara. That
Nice.
weekend really helped you a lot.
Yeah, the
Nice
praying
job.
works for you, Kira. Okay, so that's all we have to do. We found our parallel lines. We found that we have an F shape here. And I know at the moment you're like, well, obviously we know it's an F shape because that's what we're learning. But remember, when we start combining all these rules together, then we need to know that when we're dealing with corresponding, we're dealing with the F. Okay, and so that's how we know that the X is equal to 76 degrees. All right. So this is as easy as these come. This is the easiest possible way we could ask these questions. Now we're going to take it up to some slight level. Too fast, late one. Too fast. You're welcome to take a picture of this one.
Yes, Lotini, if you try and write and draw at the same time, you won't keep up. So please take a screenshot, use any other available device, or you can use the same devices you are watching with us. That will really help you a lot.
Okay. Let's have a look at C. Now, C, we're going to have to use one of the rules that we learned in our last course. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to sit with this. Remember, when you're working through your geometry, you need to write every line with every reason and every statement. Let's see how this one goes and see if you're able to figure this out with everything I want. So we're not going to use alternate angles, and we're not going to use co-interior angles. Only the angles, the reasons that we learned in our last course, and corresponding. How can we do this with corresponding and with the other reasons that we've learned? Let's have a look. I'm going to help you a little bit with this one, and then there will be one that I let you do it by yourself. Don't panic. Okay. If I have a look here, okay, I'm trying to find X. So those are my parallel lines, and there's my F, right? And so if that's my F, I can see that this angle here, that's X, it must be equal to that angle there, which is that H, because they are corresponding. Okay, but at the moment, we don't know what H is. Can you tell me what H is? Can you look at this and tell me what H is going to be? Yeah, Unati, what is that angle of H going to be?
86 vertically opposite angles.
Good, okay.
Oh,
So
well
we're going to
done.
label that. We're going to say angle AHC. You could also say AHE if you wanted to. So AHC is equal to 86 degrees because of vertically opposite angles being equal. Okay, so we've got our statements and our reasons. Now we know that this
Ma'am?
is 86 degrees. Yeah,
Can I continue with the?
you absolutely can continue.
So, ma'am, it's going to be x equals to 86 corresponding angles equal to corresponding angles equal, and then is it AH is parallel to FE.
Yes, so you can say AH would be totally fine, but generally try and go for the longest line. So like go AB is parallel to FG.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, nice job, Winati, good work.
Well
So sometimes when it
done.
comes to geometry, guys, it helps to sort of see what you want and then kind of work backwards. So we could see that we wanted to figure out X was, which means we needed H. And if we needed H, then all we needed to do was figure that out. And then we could think, well, maybe that's first off the angle. Okay. Oh, Shaden, your hand was up and then it disappeared. Is there something I can help with? No? There we go. Shaden, can I help?
No, sorry, ma'am. I wanted to ask a question, but then you answered it already.
Oh, I jumped ahead. I'm too good for my own self. Okay, I'm glad that it was answered. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. How are we feeling about this? Are we feeling okay? Yeah, that's a G. That's FG because this is a G. That's a G. Are you feeling solid about this? Do you feel ready to try another one? Okay, good.
My peps are ready to go. Y'all are doing great today. Oh,
I'm going to leave that one up so you can get a bit of an idea. So in this question, I'm wanting to find out what X is, and I'm wanting to find out what Y is.
let's go. My money is on Kiara. Kiara, let's do this. And also yourself, so that they can love parallel lines.
Ooh.
Yeah, yourself and Kiara, I'm on you. My eyes are on you guys.
Zelake, can I help? Do you have a question?
Ma'am, can I try the question?
Oh, yes, just not quite yet. I just want to give everyone a chance to go, but keep your hand up. I'm going to mute you again, and then I'm just going to give everyone a couple of minutes to finish, and then I'll unmute you, okay? Okay, so we've got a volunteer to answer this question.
I think we have lots of hands trying to answer the same question. I see Mudau, iPhone, Nati1, Kiara, Tabang. Y'all are awesome.
Let's see. I'm going to give you guys like 1 more minute to try this. See if you can figure it out by yourselves, and then we will go through it together.
Guys, I even see Imbo, who has never answered in this class. Imbo, I'm so proud of you.
Well done. Let's hope that this is what you're wanting it to be. Okay. All right. Zelake, we're all yours. Tell me what to do.
Ma'am, is Y equals to 70?
Y is
vertically opposite angles.
So Y isn't equal to 70, no.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Let's pass this down. I think
let's try
Imbo, because we haven't heard from you before. Can you tell me what I would do in this question? So you just need to push unmute on your side, and then we can hear you. No?
Oh, Imbo.
There we go. Hi, sweetheart.
Oh, no. Okay, the answer now. Okay, the answer. Answer. Okay.
Yes.
So I said X is equal to 70 corresponding angles.
Good. Okay, that's a great start. So X is equal to 70. So 70 degrees, corresponding angles are equal. And then what am I going to write after that? Because I don't have letters.
Yo.
I still need
I
to
don't know.
say that, so I'm going to write parallel lines. Okay, so I don't have letters to say, but I still need to say that the lines are parallel. Okay, so now we know that that's 70. Cool. Next line.
Imbo disappeared to help us
Oh, did I
with
sneak
why?
ninja move there? Left us in the cold.
We
Let's
haven't
see if we
spoken
can-
to. Who are you giving
Letwin.
this to?
I'm giving this to Letwin.
Yes, Mutaho. Let's go.
Letwin, can you help me with?
Litwin.
And can you help me with finding why?
I'm trying, ne?
Okay.
So after what he said, I said x equals into y, 2y plus 70 degrees. No.
No.
You're in the right direction.
But we can't add them. We definitely mustn't add them. Let's see if Naledi can help you out. Naledi, can you help me out from here?
Oh, ma'am, I'm not sure about this answer.
Okay.
But is it going to be 2x equals 180 minus 70 minus 70?
Mm-mm.
Ma'am, I'm not sure what the answer is.
No, that's okay. I like that you tried. Let's see.
There's
Yolanda. Yolanda,
and
can
also
you help me
Yolanda.
with finding 2y? How am I going to find y?
Ma'am, I said 70 divided by 2.
Okay. Why did you say that? So you're not wrong, sweetheart. You're saying the right thing, but if we don't give our reason, then we're not going to get the marks. So how did we know we had to divide 70 by 2?
Oh, ma'am, because x and 70 are.
Yep.
They're helping you on the chat also, girl.
Because they are that opposite, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, so this
That's
angle
very
here
correct.
and this angle, so we can say x, which we now know is 70 degrees, is equal to 2y, because vertically opposite angles are equal. And so that's why we can then divide both of them by 2, and we can say that y is equal to 35 degrees. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Okay. Okay, we got through it. Guys, if your hands are up because you wanted to answer, do you mind popping them down for me? And if they are up because you're wanting to... No, actually, you said that y was equal to 70. That was what you were saying to me, and y is not equal to 70. If your hands were up because you had a question, then please keep them up and I will try and get to you. Okay, Ayanda, how can I help?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am, see, I do not know how we got to 35. Okay, I understand that we divided, ma'am. But weren't we supposed to solve for the y, like add them the 70 and the 70, then divide by 2? May you please explain to me, ma'am?
But that's what we did, sweetheart. So we said that this angle here, that's 70, is equal to 2y. So I'm saying 2y is equal to 70 degrees. Are you happy with that line?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but I want y to be by itself. So I'm going to divide that by 2, and I'm going to divide that by 2. And so I get y is equal to 35.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
No problem.
Thank you. No, I get
it. Good. Let's see. Okay. Letwin, yeah. Do you see where you went wrong?
Yeah, ma'am, now I understand.
Okay, good. Do you have a question?
No, it's fine.
Okay, good. Okay. Imbo, can I help?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I was gonna ask though, is it possible to say 2y is equal to 70 because of alternating angles?
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't learned that as a class together yet, so I'm not going to use that reason today, but absolutely, that's totally fine. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, cool. Guys, I think it is time for our brain break. So let's jump into that. For today, Stephen, it's because I'm just so good at teaching. You're welcome for being in my presence. We have, yes, Tiara, finally, taken us like a month. but we got
Whoa,
there.
well done, Tiara. Woo! I'm celebrating.
No, Vidal, it's already 35 past 5. It's already past brain break time. We normally do it at 5:30. So today I have got 3 dingbats for you for our brain break. Here's Brian.
Yay.
And I tried to make them a little bit harder since you guys told me that they were too easy on Thursday. So let's see how you do. Maybe they're not too hard. Whenever I think they're hard, then you don't think they're hard. So we'll see. I would like to know what this is. No, time ticking, no. Behind time, no. No, lost time, watch.
You got this, my people. You can
Back
do
to the
it.
future, no. Around the clock, no. Break time, no. 24/7. Time machine, no. Clock counterclockwise, no. Reverse time, no. Time warp, no. Anti-clockwise, no.
We can do this, guys. Palesa, you can put your answer also on the chat.
Analog clock,
think there's-
no. Past
there's
time,
people-
no. Time for school, no. Round time,
There's people with
no.
their hands up. Maybe they have like answers.
Palesa, do you have an answer for us? Time, no. Wrong time, no.
Back in time.
Oh, sorry, what, Palesa?
Is it back in time?
Not back in time, no. Time to skip school, no.
What an interesting one.
You want a hint, okay? 3 words. There we go.
Tiara
Back in
wants to give it a
time,
try.
no. Tiara, can you tell me what this is?
Ma'am, I think it's a movie. Is it a movie? Am I wrong?
No, it's not a movie.
I was say Wrinkle in Time, but okay.
It's something that you say sometimes. It's like a thing you say.
It is still far from sleeping.
Time will
It's not-
pass, no. Guys, there are 4 letters in the first word, 4 letters in the second word, and 4 letters in the third word. I'm so glad I finally have like stumped you.
Yeah, it's something that is difficult. Someone put there time.
Time is ticking. No, 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 no. I'll give you 1 word.
Give the middle word. Back is in the middle, guys. Let's go. Someone says taking a back, guys.
Steven! Yes, Steven! We got there.
Oh, well done.
Turn back time. I want to turn back time.
That was a good one. I love that one.
Nice, Steven. Good work. And we got there in the end. Turn back time. I think it might be a song, but it is also something you say. I wish I could just turn back time. Like if you think of something in the past that you wish you had done or you regret doing, you're like, oh, if I could turn back time. You can't. Oh yeah, it's the song. Now I've got the melody stuck in my head. Da, 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 da. There's my beautiful song for all of you. You're welcome. Okay, let's go to our next one. I'm clearly in a theme here today. Angry time. No, run after time. Time is money. No. No. Time, no. Modern time, chasing time. Close, but no. 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 This is also a song, actually. But it's a very old song, so I don't know if any of you will know it. No, all of these answers are wrong. Wrong. Some of you are close though.
Time running man.
Ah, Sinotando. Yes, Sinotando got it, guys. Time.
Well done, Sino.
After time.
Ah, they should know this song. Time after time. I don't know how to sing. I was gonna sing for
I
you
know,
guys.
but I was worried that it might, maybe it's too old.
Oh yeah,
maybe
yeah.
the song is too old. I don't know.
Na, 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 na.
Okay. Well, Kira, it's not it's also like something people say. It doesn't have to be a song.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually that's true.
We've got one last one, but I think this last one is easy. I think you'll be fine. I think you'll get it quick.
Let's go, my people.
Pac-Man. No. Ah, I'm Flingy. Yes.
Well done.
Back. We got there. Back.
Yeah,
Nice
this one
job,
was
Flingy.
faster.
Good work. Kira, you were the one who told me they were too easy last week. I have to find harder ones. Yellow eats yellow. So weird, yeah? So weird. Okay, let's try and jump into another question. Okay, let's try and jump back up here. Okay, I think you guys will find this one nice and doable. Okay, remember I want my reasons after each one. Okay, so don't forget to always have your reasons with you. I'll leave the top one up so you can see as an example. I would like to answer for X and I'd like to answer for Y. I don't mind how you do it, but I would like to answer for X and then answer for Y. So I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to do this so long. And then after 2 minutes, I would love for someone to speak me through how to do this. And the lady, I never know where time goes. It's crazy. So I'm liking what I'm seeing in the chat, but remember, you can't ever just give me a reason in geometry, like this is what X is without a reason. Geometry always has to have both.
You guys can do this, my babes. Let's see all these answers.
I see lots of hands going up. I think I'm going to give this one, we're going to start with Isona because I have not heard from you today.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give everyone 1 more minute to try and do this. And then Isona, I'm coming for you. But Isona, if you struggle, there are lots of people who are ready to take over, so don't panic.
Yeah, they'll surely help you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We are all yours. Can you talk us through how we are going to start this question? What are we going to do first?
Ma'am, I said X is equal to 68 degrees.
Good. I like that. What's my reason?
Angles.
Good. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Perfect. Good start. Okay, so now I know that this is 68 degrees. And I'm just going to highlight something so that everyone can see if they are at home. That's that line. Okay, cool. Tell me your next line.
In Y is equal to 68.
Good. What's my reason?
Corresponding angles.
Okay, are equal. Yep.
AP parallel to CE.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
100%. Nice job.
Well done.
Well done. So great. Okay, guys, that was awesome. That was a really, I feel like that was solid. If your hands are up to answer, do you mind popping them down for me? And if they are up because you have a question, you are welcome to ask. Madad, do you have a question? Oh, we can't hear you still. it's still a headphone issue. Try and unplug your headphones and pop them back in again and see if that helps. I'm going to keep you unmuted until we can hear something. Duandle, can I help? Lisa is like, too easy, man.
And I just wanted to give.
Luanle, we couldn't hear you. The sound was really, really bad. I think you might need to type it in the chat for us. We couldn't hear what you were saying. Madao, I'm keeping you unmuted until you can finally speak. So if you all of a sudden can speak, then that's great. This means angles. That's all that means. Okay, let's try a slightly sneakier one. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, Cody, sometimes, but it depends on what your reasons were. So can you tell me what your different reasons were? If you feel comfortable to speak, I'd love it if you could talk us through that. Just pop your hand up, like your hand up for me, and then we can chat. Because you don't always have to have the same reasons as me, but I'm struggling to think of what other reasons you would use here. No, kind of a second brain break. Okay. And Cody, if I see what you've typed just now, I will respond to it. Okay. Okay. This question, guys, I'm looking for the answer for X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z. Enjoy. But Pelo, can I help?
Ma'am, is this to answer the questions?
Oh, okay. I'm just going to keep you on mute for the moment, just because I want to give everyone a chance to get there. So just work it out on your side. Make sure you have all your reasons ready, so you're ready to go, and then I will unmute you in 2 minutes' time. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. But this one is for you.
I feel like we should also put Zwela in there, just in case. It's Zwela, that you can enjoy it.
I know they are faster than light year, but I agree with you. I agree. It's like it was up for maybe like 10 seconds.
But you guys are doing good, my pips. You guys are doing great.
Just one step at a time, guys. Think about what reasons we're going to use. I can tell you point blank, we're not going to use verse up angles in this question. There's no verse up angles in this question. So if you've done verse up angles, something's gone wrong. Yes, we're definitely going to have some corresponding angles in there. And then we're going to have something else. I'm going to give you guys until 10 to. I'm going to give this so that everyone can get a chance. I want everyone to have all of their statements and all of their reasons written on their page. So don't just guess, because the thing is, like, if you're looking at these questions and you're like, oh, I know what X is, I know what Y is, that's fine. But when it comes to your test, if you don't know how to write this up properly with the proper reasons, you're going to get a big fat 0. The only way we get better at geometry is through practice and through writing.
Yeah. I don't think that it was no vertical angles. I think it was the alternative that we haven't learned. So that's why.
I wouldn't use verse up angles in this question. I don't think you need to use verse up angles in this question. Okay, let's go. Bopelo, can you help me? What am I going to start with?
I'm going to start with x.
Okay, so tell me what
X
you write.
equals to 100, which is vertically opposite.
What did I just say, sweetheart? There is no vertically opposite in this question.
Oh,
There's
sorry,
no
ma'am.
vertically opposite in this question.
Oh, is it alternate?
No, also not alternate. We haven't learned alternate yet.
Corresponding?
For X?
Yes.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I don't know.
You get some
Let me
help.
take it.
with
Yeah,
your-
I'm gonna move down to Unati because her hand was here. But let's see if we can get through this question. Unati, can you tell me where I'll start?
Okay, ma'am, I started with y.
Okay.
So y equals to 100, corresponding angles equal.
Okay, so there's my F, guys. Remember, we have to have an F if we're doing corresponding. So this angle would be equal to that angle because it's our F. So we can say y is equal to 100. Okay, and then what am I going to finish this off with? Corresponding angles are equal. What am I going to write then?
CD is parallel to FG.
Perfect. Okay, great. So now I know that this is 100 degrees. Next line.
Okay, ma'am. For this next part, I'm not quite sure, but is it angles on a straight line?
Yes, good. It is
Well
angles on a straight line.
done.
Okay,
That was
so
the
which one are
check.
you going to start with?
Ma'am, I started with Z.
Okay.
So I said Z plus 100
Good.
equals to 180.
Good.
Angles on a straight line.
Good. Yes.
done.
Okay, next.
Then, ma'am, you're going to take the 100 over.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be 180 minus 100. Z equals to 80 degrees.
Okay, now we know that's 80. Excellent. Okay, last thing.
Same thing for X.
Okay.
So it's going to be X plus 100 equals to 180.
Mm-hmm.
Angles on a straight line.
Good.
And then you're going to take the X, the 100 over, it's going to be 100 minus 180. It's going to be 180 minus 100 equals to 80.
You're doing well. Well
Yes,
done.
nice job. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, look, do you see where I'm gonna unmute you for a second? Do you see why that X is not 100 and why that X is 80?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Okay. Remember,
Nice.
this is the only way we learn. We only learn through making mistakes. I love it when people make mistakes. Mistakes means we are learning.
No.
No, come on, Kayla. We can't hate geometry. But remember, if you missed any of the lessons that we did in our last session, they will help you in these lessons. So I really recommend you give them a go. Tando, do you have a question? Yeah.
I don't understand, man. Like everything, man. Like from the start, man. I'm not sure, man. Like how we got angles on a straight line, and yes, man. I just don't understand this whole diagram, man.
Okay, so whenever we have a straight line, like that X and that 100, which are right next to each other on a straight line, if two angles are right next to each other on a straight line, then when we add them together, they have to equal 180 degrees. So, but that is one of the reasons that we learned in our previous course. So what I really recommend you guys do is that, especially if this is your first lesson or one of your first few lessons with us, is go onto the Watobe website and have a look at all of the videos that we've done in our previous courses. They will really, really help you with this.
Yeah.
I promise.
And the geometry, guys, it's a must. Go watch it.
Yeah, all of the videos that we did in geometry, because the problem with geometry, guys, is I can't just teach you one rule in the lesson because geometry builds on each other. So we need all of the stuff that we've done previously.
Yeah, it's a build-in kind of like.
But Pelo, we will do a little bit of geometry. I mean, algebra with the end of the term again, but we are going to spend quite a bit of time focusing on our geometry.
And we're also doing algebra, yeah.
Yeah, this is algebra. It's
We
all
solve
our
for
equation
X
work.
and Z's and everything.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you to get to my other class, but please don't forget to finish this pace poll, and then Yolanda will wrap it up for you, and I will see you guys on Thursday.